Today I'm going to guide you through a really simple but effective Qigong routine, and this is going to help you to cultivate and circulate your internal energy, and it's also going to help you cultivate more life force, creativity, more vitality, improve your energy, improve your libido, improve your hormones and your health. So it's a great all-round practice. Qi in the Chinese medicine is life force energy. So Qigong is Qi skill, cultivating skill with this life force energy. When we can learn to direct it and channel it properly, we can learn to perceive our internal energy and have this internal awareness. We're able to awaken latent potential within us. We're able to circulate our energy. We're able to improve our sexual function and performance. We're able to improve our health and vitality. So there's loads of positive benefits to doing these practices. So we're going to get started and keep it really simple today. So we're going to start with a little warm-up. So just start by shaking out the body. Take some deep breaths. Shaking out the arms, shaking out the legs. Anywhere in the body that could be holding stuck energy and tension. Do a few shakes of the hips. Okay. Now we're going to do some arm swings, just to open up the chest and get the circulation going. And come up. And the other way. Okay, and now we're going to do some hip swings. So we're just going to let the arms swing from side to side. And you just want the movement here to be led by the weight of the arms. And keep your spine nice and straight. Just feel that twist in the back. So we're beginning to open up the body, beginning to circulate blood, circulate qi. You can slap the sides of the body. Okay. So next we're going to just do a quick neck stretch. Just rolling the neck. And then come the other way. That's good. Now we're just going to try and open up the hips a little bit. So go as far as you can. If you can go all the way into a deep squat, that's great, or work your way up to it. So we're going to come down into a deep squat and open up the hips. Feel the stretch in the lower back, releasing the pelvic floor, releasing any tension held there in the pelvis. And here you can breathe into your lower belly. Just feel that stretching of the pelvic floor. Opening up the hips. Okay, and then we're going to stand up and come forward into a forward fold. And just come down as far as you can, whether it's to the knees or the ankles or the toes. Keep the backs of your legs straight. A few deep breaths here. Okay, and to finish the warm-ups, we're just going to open up some of the joints in the hands, the wrists. So in Qigong, the joints act like energy gates. So we need to loosen up the joints to allow the energy to flow freely. You can flick out your elbows. We've already done the neck. And then just come up with the hips and just open the gate a few times. Okay, so the body's nice and warm. Let's do a few little circles of the hips there as well. So this completes our warm-up. Our body's warm. We've shaken off some of that old qi and we've opened up the joints. So now we're going to do a quick practice to learn to be able to sync our qi and our energy. We do this by releasing all tension in the body. Gradually, we go through each part of the body and we are releasing tension almost as if you're holding a fist and then you kind of just let your hand go limp. That's the feeling we're trying to recreate in all of our muscles. And the effect of this is going to help our standing posture so that we can release energy down into the ground and then we can bring this earth energy, this earth qi up, and that's what's going to create this buoyancy and this force field around us that we're going to learn to be able to perceive, and we're going to be able to feel this kind of magnetic quality. We're using our sort of perception to sense that qi, that life force, but to do that we have to be able to release tension in the body, because tension causes energy blocks, whether it's tension in your muscles, in your joints, and that blocks energy from circulating properly. So we're going to learn to sync our energy, release tension, and then we're going to start bringing this earth energy, this earth qi up into the body. So I'll guide us through it. So just stand with your feet kind of shoulder width apart, hip width apart, wherever's most comfortable. You want to feel a release in your sort of lower back region. So we do this by straightening up the knees, locking the knees, and then we're just going to release the knees really gently, and we're going to sink our butt down, and you're going to feel a little tilt in your pelvis. It's quite subtle, but it kind of looks a little bit like this. See that? So the knees unlock. The knees are sort of just supporting the body, but they're not locked in. The legs are relaxed and the tailbone kind of tucks in. So it's this sinking and this releasing happening in the abdominal region and in this kind of sacrum region. So find your feet, find a nice sort of balanced posture, distribute the weight evenly, and then just drop the knees and just find a very relaxed standing position. And here we're just going to keep the shoulders down by the side, keep the arms down by the side. And we're going to close the eyes if you find it helpful. And we're just going to imagine a thick honey-like liquid just dripping down from the top of the head. So starting at the crown. And as it drips down, we're just going to release all tension in that area of the body. So coming down to the forehead and the eyebrows. Releasing tension in the eyelids and the eyes. Any of the micro muscles in the face. Sinking down the chest and the throat. Releasing the back of the neck and the shoulders. And just feel your shoulder blades start to melt down the back. And to feel your arms lengthen. And here, try and really put your mind into your body. And gain more internal awareness, more awareness of our body in space. Try and feel the sensations of the muscles relaxing. And you just want to feel like a coat just hanging on a coat hanger. The bones keep the structure, keep the integrity, and the muscles just melt off. And you can use the breath with the exhale to release even deeper and release more tension. And continue that sinking feeling down into the belly, into the hips and the pelvic floor, and down into the legs. And try and release as much tension as you can in your legs, in your glutes, in your thighs. You'll need some support to keep you upright, but see what excess tension you can release from your lower body, from your legs. And just feel your whole body and your internal energy like water, just flowing down into the ground. Everything sinking down, releasing through the bottom of the feet into the ground. And then just scan through the body and notice if you've tensed up anywhere. And just using the breath and the mind to release that. And this might be difficult to hold at first, but we're building a new engagement within the body, where the energy can flow freely and we can move without tension. But as you practice this more, you'll be able to sink into this feeling more and more easily. And then we're just going to do a few clearing breaths. So we're going to bring the palms up to face the earth. And as you breathe in, just imagine breathing in through your palms, breathing energy up from the earth, through your arms, and down through the body, through the legs, into the earth again. And we're creating this kind of ventilation of our internal energy. So we're breathing up into the chest, and then breathing down through the legs into the ground. And use your subtle perception here. You can visualize it as well if it helps. Breathing this energy up through the palms, and ventilating this energy out, down through the feet. And this works especially well if you're outdoors, barefoot, but you can do this anywhere. This is going to have a really grounding effect of your energy. It's going to clear out stress and anxiety, any tension, and replenish the body with new, fresh energy. Okay, so shake out the body. And now we're going to go into our Qigong practice, which is the circulation of the energy. So we're going to want to find that sinking feeling again. So we're going to bend the knees slightly, drop the shoulders, release all tension. We want our breath to be kind of slow and gentle, not forcing the breath. And we're going to start with some really basic movements. This is going to help you to start to be able to feel the Qi. So we're just going to bring the arms up and gently bring the arms down. And as you bring your arms up, just try and feel the sinking feeling in your body, sinking down into the earth. And as you sink down, you should feel this kind of buoyancy in your hands as they begin to kind of almost float. And as you release more tension, you're learning to move the body with Qi as opposed to with force. And the more you practice this, you might not feel it straight away, but the more you practice this, you'll be able to really start to feel this force field of energy. As you cultivate more life force, your system holding more energy, with the combination of you becoming more perceptive and more tuned in to the subtle sensations, is what's going to allow you to start to feel this energy. And just in the belly there, we have a powerful energy center called the lower dantian. Could also be the navel chakra in the yogic traditions. And this is the energy center linked to our state of willpower, life force, determination. And in Chinese medicine, it's known as the kind of battery or storehouse of this Qi. So we should really learn to be able to put our mind into this part of the body, to be able to perceive this power center. And by doing that, we should start to be able to feel this force field of energy just out here in front of us. So now we start to develop this subtle perception of Qi. We're going to begin doing some movements. So we're going to bring the arms up, and again sinking down the body and just bringing the arms down, and try and feel that state of buoyancy, as if your hands are kind of on rails or on strings, almost like a puppet. It's the Qi that makes the arms float up as you sink your energy down into the ground, into your legs and feet. And you can pair this up with the breath. Breathing in as you come up. Gentle exhale as you come down. And this is really going to help us cultivate a sense of balance and inner peace, harmony, because we're balancing and managing our internal energy. When this energy is blocked or stagnant or dysfunctional or dysregulated, it causes a lot of problems, internal, emotional dysregulation, stress and anxiety, energetic dysfunctions, and even things like ADHD could even manifest with physical illnesses as well. So we're learning to circulate and channel this internal energy so that we can cultivate more vitality and health. So again, it's quite a subtle sensation, but try and sense this magnetic field around you, this aura. And as you're coming down, even try and sort of subtly push down, and you might feel some resistance. It's very subtle, but the more you practice, the more you'll be able to feel this energy. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next movement now. So we're going to come up to the heart, breathing in and then pushing out, kind of like a breaststroke. And again. And here we're kind of working with the heart center. And bringing this energy up from the ground to the heart, clearing. So in Chinese medicine there are 3 dantian. This is the lower dantian, which I mentioned earlier, the power center. The middle dantian, which is the heart center. And the upper dantian, which is the brain or the mental center. And that kind of correlates to the yogic traditions as well with the chakras. And as we use our intention here, we can visualize, but more so than visualizing, we want to try and perceive this subtle energy. We can use visualizations to help, but it's more about feeling into the body, feeling this magnetic kind of current that is around the body. Drawing it up and then directing it. Visualize it coming up the legs, up to the heart, clearing that energy. And you should find that your hands start to find their path. You know, when you really tune into this chi, it's almost automatic. You know, it's like there is a rail or a set pathway that your body just knows. Your energy just knows how to flow. And the move I'm going to teach you in a minute is a move which is going to combine all 3 movements that we're going to learn. And that was something that I discovered just through my own experimentation. I've never seen it before, I'd never learned it anywhere else. It's just I was tuned into the chi and my hands just started doing it. And I just went with the flow and it turned out to be a very powerful energy circulation practice. Because intuitively my body just knew where to flow with my energy. So the final move we're going to do is coming up the front and coming down the center line. So similar to the first one, but instead we're coming up and over the head. And again, as you're coming up, feel that buoyancy, and as you're coming down, just try and release all tension in your body, similar to how we did in the practice at the start. Try and feel this channel of energy flowing. Coming down over the crown of the head, and you can visualize this coming down through the center line of the body, clearing the central channel. And your hands are kind of like magnets. You have 2 sort of energy centers in your palms, and they have this kind of magnetic quality. And by doing that, by activating those, you're able to pull this chi, this magnetic energy, through your body. Science has proven now that the heart and the body produces a bioelectric current and also produces a measurable magnetic field. And this is what we're really trying to work with here, this toroidal field that surrounds the body. You know, some people call it aura, you know, some people have a magnetic presence. It's because their energy is coherent, their energy field is strong, and this is what we're working with and we're building when we're practicing Qigong. We're balancing our internal energy, we're finding coherence, we're strengthening our magnetic field, and by doing that we're able to attract many good things into life. Your nervous system's regulated, people feel safe and grounded around you, you know, because people pick up on it subconsciously. People trust you more easily, you feel more secure, more grounded in yourself. So there's a lot of benefits to working with your internal energy. Okay, so now we're going to combine all three of those moves. And this is that move that I was speaking about earlier, the one that came to me intuitively. So follow along with me. We're going to start with the heart, breathing up and out. And as we come down, we're going to come up and over. And then we finish with the first move that we did, coming up and down. So, a couple more times. Down over the crown, and up. Allow your arms to move without tension. Maybe close your eyes here and just feel into your subtle body. Try and extend your awareness past the physical body. And like I said, it might take some time to really start feeling this energy. But if you practice this regularly, you will definitely feel it. If you get the internal mechanics right, the sinking of the energy, releasing tension, you'll definitely start to feel this over time. And again, always coming back to the body, noticing if you're holding tension anywhere, especially in the legs and the glutes. Using the movements to kind of release as you go. Okay, and we'll finish with one more. And then to finish, we'll just bring the arms up, clasp the hands, coming down to the chest. Just taking a moment of awareness here. Noticing how your energy feels, the quality of your mind and your mental emotional state, your state of balance and harmony and contentment. And just bringing the legs together. And just swaying, just letting the chi move wherever it wants to go. You might feel your body swaying and tilting. And to close the practice, we're just going to bring our fist to our hand and we're just going to hold our awareness in the lower dantian, the power center. We're just going to do a few breaths here. Visualizing a golden orb of light in your lower belly. Just harnessing all this chi that we've built up and circulated during the practice. Storing that energy in the body. Increasing your willpower, your drive, your motivation. Increasing vitality, creativity. And that's it. So, there we go. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that helpful. Qigong is one of those things that definitely compounds over time. So if you're practicing this stuff regularly, you should notice quite profound effects in your life, in your energy. So thanks for watching. I hope you got some benefit out of this practice. If you're interested in more guided practices, videos on energy cultivation, self-mastery, harnessing your life force, spiritual development, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on this practice, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.